Well, hello there, Pisces. Welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and I'm here to talk to you about what is going on for the 7th through the 13th of December. I have 3 cards in front of me from the overview video. I also have a guiding card for you for the entire month. We're talking about the Queen of Cups. This is about you having a feminine energy person in your life who is kind of bringing a little drama to the table. She speaks from her feelings. She's open about how she feels about every little thing. And everything is a feeling to her, okay? This doesn't have to be a woman, but it can be a gentleman in your life who might have feminine energies, and don't think that's weird, because everybody has both. So we just have to, it depends on how we choose to express ourselves. So you'll know who they are when you see them. And this is going to be an interesting person to have around. Like I said, they might need an extra little bit of time each day or each week, whatever. Whenever you see them, they'll need a certain amount of time. If you can just give them 10-15 minutes of your time undivided, they will most likely be satiated and be able to give you some extra time to do whatever else you need to do, okay? So that's a way to handle that situation. This person isn't really going to try and ruin anything or anything like that. So let's go ahead, and this could even be your pet. If for some of you, if you have a pet who needs special attention, that could be them. So let's go ahead and look at the 3 cards in front of us. Okay, so I'm going to put this card down right there. Now then, I have a couple of messages from my guides for you. My guides are talking to all 12 signs about how it's important that we are ready to ask for help when we need it, and we don't sit around and pretend that we got it all figured out, okay? So don't be afraid to ask for help in any situation, and or to offer help, right? So the other thing is that we are all 12 signs going to be circling the wagons, and we're going to get to know each other on a deeper level, whether it's our friend group, our work group, or our family group. We may not actually talk about important stuff much, or even general stuff with some folks. So if we're in our family group and we haven't really discussed, my kid's got a medical condition, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh, hey, my kid had that, and we did da-da-da-da-da. It's like, oh, cool, cool, cool. And because it's family, it's a little easier to talk about medical conditions and stuff like that and go a little deeper. But at the same time, you'll find that they might have insight that would help you, and you would feel supported, right? And vice versa, they might talk about how their daughter is doing da-da-da-da-da, and you're like, oh, my kid did that, and we had a lot of fun. So you don't need to worry about it. It won't be dangerous or anything like that. So you can offer insights back and forth, supporting one another, which I think is kind of nice. All right? And when we do those things, it really brings us tighter together, and we are supporting one another, and you will have the extra support you need. Nice, right? So, and that's going to happen in all our groups. Super fun. All right, so I am doing a free reading giveaway this month. All the details on how to enter will be at the end of the reading, so stick around and we'll get into the cards. So I have the 3 cards here from the overview video, and we need to get ourselves a mystery card. Let's get the mystery card right now from this beautiful magical Nordic tarot. Here it is. Perfect. So I'm going to set it up here and let Woody take care of it for us. He's a good turtle boy. Boy turtle? Turtle boy. I don't know. Anyway, he's a good tortoise. Now I'm going to add to these cards from the Mythic Tarot. We'll get more insight on what's going on here for you. All right. So interesting, right? We start with the 3 of Swords. And the 3 of Swords is the card was your mystery card last week, right? So the mystery card is now your starting card, and it's telling me that the information you received is still empowering and is still helping you figure out what's going on, but you also still can't share it, okay? Keep it to yourself and it will help you. Remember lessons from the past, meaning you know who you can't trust and who you shouldn't trust, and that's why you're going to keep that information to yourself. You've had bad experiences and you want to remember them so that you don't screw yourself over, all right? Ooh, look, you have the Magician again. Nice. Ah, you have all the tools at your disposal. You can make anything happen you want to this week. Perfect. This is all about getting active and taking good stock on what's going on, getting ready to be all about what's happening. Nice. The Nine of Cups is blocked, so it isn't about... So you have all the tools at your disposal, and you have to take action in order to win, right? Your wishes won't be fulfilled, technically, which is to say, wouldn't it be nice if all this was done and over with and I didn't have to do all this crap? So some of your wishes, some of the things you're wishing for are definitely on the nope, not this week list, but it doesn't mean that you aren't going to be able to accomplish anything, okay? This card here is talking about how the Hanged Man is showing up blocked, so you aren't going to be getting hung up on any little thing. Everything is going to be moving along just as best it can, because even when... It's funny how some cards end up being positive for you, even when they're blocked. Nice. Nine of Swords is blocked, so not wanting to be in charge of a situation isn't going to get you anywhere. So even if you play coy with anybody about wanting to not be in charge of something, they're not going to really hear you. So you can't just blow off the opportunities or whatever that's going on. I think they're going to be kind of knowing that you want to be in charge of the situation. So just own it. If you just own it right away, instead of trying to say, oh, you know, I had a bad experience, and psh, nobody cares. They don't believe you. Even if you did have a bad experience, that's not the way to approach it, okay? If you can be proactive in the moment, take care of what you need to take care of, remembering those lessons, but keeping it all going in the right direction. Be strong and be willing to say yes if they do offer it to you. The Hermit is here as your solution. They're saying, go it alone for now. You don't need to get any major collection of employees for now. Maybe you're working on a project, and if you work by yourself, you can work it at your own pace instead of pushing and shoving and trying to make something happen really fast. You need to maybe do it solo while you learn the ropes. And, you know, there's a learning curve to the project, so maybe you'll work an entire day on a single wall of tile because you don't really know how to do tile, but you're learning, and you're learning little bits here, and you're taking them down, you're putting them up, you're taking them down, and you're putting them up, and you're like, So it's going to be what it is. Just be aware of that and pay attention to what that means for you, so that it is what it's supposed to be, all right? Give yourself time and give yourself energy, but also don't try and bring anyone else along who will be asking too many questions when you're still trying to figure out the answers yourself, okay? Two of Cups. Yeah, there's going to be something about a partner in the mix. It could be your life partner, a work partner who can be supportive. Maybe in the morning they'll show up and say, hey, blah, 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 and then they'll leave. Like I said, you're working it out alone, but you'll have somebody who's going to make sure they drop you a tray of food or a bag of food or something like that, so that you can do what you need to do with this person helping and supporting you, but without you hanging out together, right? This isn't about you hanging out with your partner. This is about you doing it on your own, and having that person be in support of you being on your own, but not in a way where they're all up in your business. The Ten of Wands is here also, showing that you have an idea about what you want to accomplish. You want to push forward on your own idea, and you don't want to bring anybody else along. You're perfectly fine doing this solo, okay? So it really is about, okay, this has been really interesting. I've been working it through. I've been doing all the things here, and I'm ready to move on. So this is the Ten of Wands is really the I'm ready to move on card. Okay, so I think the timing is pretty good. You'll be here. You'll do what you need to do. For some of you, because you got the Hermit energy and the Two of Cups at the same time, it might be that it's time for this relationship to finish itself off and be done. So you'll know what that means for you. Some of you are having some issues in that department. Sorry, I know that's not exactly the nicest way to come across. But like I said, you're working it through. You're learning about yourself. You're learning what you want and what you need and what you can and cannot do. And it's all coming together in its own special way. So you're going to figure out how that works for you. If that's you, I'm sorry, and I'm sending a little hug out for you. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these beautiful Path of the Soul cards for you. All right. I'll set it over here. We'll pick these up right here. All right. And which card did you get? Ooh, very nice. This is my something out of nothing card. So you're taking the good stuff out of something big, right? And you're going to use those little bits of good things to make something more beautiful all by yourself. I feel like this is that whole, I'm taking something from here that I need, but I'm not going to hang on to the whole of it, right? You're going to take what works, right? There's these opportunities times when we have to sort out all the stuff, sort out our feelings, emotions, our physical stuff, all of it. We got to sort it out and figure out what we need and what we don't need, and let the rest go. Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and set this card down right here. You don't have to do any of this stuff alone, by the way. You can get help, all right? Let's get your mystery card, all right? So your mystery card is the Three of Cups. Interesting. So your mystery card is saying that with all of the stuff that's happening, with you moving forward and in something where you can get stuff done, this little time alone, you're going to be celebrating all of it. Opportunities to use your tools, you like that. All of this is going to turn into some sort of a celebration. This might be a hard-won thing. If this is you leaving a relationship, this is going to be a hard-won experience, and it will suck a little bit, but there will be something about there that this is a relief party, okay? This is you feeling relieved that the decision was made, everything is done. We're into the next part, which is something else, okay? And I mean, it's a lot. You're worthy of goodness and light and happiness, so don't hold yourself back from feeling a little bit of joy in the mix, because this is a personal celebration. This is a celebration with close friends who are going to be helping you in your process, okay? So good for you. I think that you deserve to be happy, and that is a good thing, all right? Now then, let's get you a pocket full of rocks, okay? All right, we have black obsidian, amethyst, and turquoise. Okay, so black obsidian is a first chakra stone, and it's all about staying very grounded and comfortable within yourself, but it's also about having all of the negativity that might come your way sucked out of the air so that it can't hurt your heart, okay? So this is you hearing things and understanding the words coming out of people's mouths, but not letting it go into your heart and hurt you, okay? So when people say things that might be less than fun, if this rock is in your pocket, it won't hurt you, all right? Very nice. Amethyst is a 6th chakra stone. It's all about meditating with this on your third eye, which is right between your eyebrows on your forehead, right? And you can ask your better angels and guides to show you what to do around your house, around whatever your questions are in life, and you'll get like little visions of the best possible answers from their point of view, okay? And that will help you. I'm also getting turquoise, which is, yes, it's a blue stone, but what's interesting about turquoise is in the Native American tradition, it is always used as a 6th chakra stone, and it helps you communicate with your ancestors. So your loved ones can and will be able to communicate with you better visually when you meditate with this on your third eye. So you can do 2 different kinds of meditations, or same meditation with 2 different stones, one at a time, or I suppose both at the same time, and you get a lot of information, but bring pen and paper, all right? There's going to be a lot to take note of, all right? So I'm going to set these stones down right here. All right, Pisces, what a week. I mean, it's a lot going on, okay? And I'm here for you. I know this seems like it could be a little intense, but it could be a breath of fresh air at the same time. And if it has nothing to do with relationships, but it has to do with work stuff or whatever, well, that's cool, all right? You'll have something to celebrate in the mix. Very nice. As always, you don't have to carry those rocks if you don't want to, but they're there for you if you would like to carry them. If you want to carry other rocks, you're perfectly welcome to carry other rocks. Comment below. Let me know what you're carrying and how you're doing with it. And if you want to talk about the reading or anything else, I'm here for you. I will happily be a black hole where you can talk to me and we'll chat, but I won't tell anybody else because we'll take our conversation private, okay? So don't worry about all that. And of course, if you find yourself wanting to check out the description box below, there's a lot of cool things in there. I have all the decks that I use where you can go on Amazon or Etsy and get them for yourself. The other thing you'll find is a calendar of events where you can see where I'll be doing readings at Renaissance fairs. You can come out to the fair and see me in person, which is always fun. If you can't make it out to the fair because I'm on the other coast, by all means, there's ways to get a phone reading from me. You just look for the link below and it will point you in the right direction. All right? Thank you so much. And of course, if you're here for the free reading, by all means, the way to enter for a free reading is to leave a comment. Put an emoji in a comment and I will consider that a single entry. If you want to put an emoji in 7 comments, you will have 7 entries. If you put 7 emojis in a single comment, that is going to be 1 entry. All right, you get the idea? And as many entries as you want, I'm into it. Go for it. That'll be great. And I will enter you in. And when I do the drawing, I will be pulling 1 name out at the end of the month, and I'll post it on the channel in January, and then I will privately message you if you win. Okay? Thank you so much for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. You all matter so much to me. And if this related to you in any way and you want to subscribe, that would be really great. I'd appreciate it so much. We'll talk next week about the 14th through the 20th, and I will see you then. All right? Thanks.